a heartbeat drumming in the dark that knows.
This is not mere fuel, but the currency of a
They are watching us, but we are looking at the wrong map.
Moving through the veins of the earth at the hour when authority sleeps.
Out of the rubble of international
One step
isolation.
ahead, and always one shadow, out of reach of any.
This valley has known war longer than it has known peace.
A heartbeat drumming in the dark that no sanction has been able to silence.
This is the Ghost Fleet. The tonnage figures don't match any declared cargo in any Port Authority database in the world. The forbidden engine and the secret pulse of a nation that learned long ago that survival requires invisibility. He stares into the fire so that the world might turn a blind eye. This heat, this pressure, it takes its toll.
The blockade is a sieve, and the sanctions are nothing but paper walls assembled by people who believed that controlling the front door meant controlling the house.
The ultimate game of international hide and seek, played by people who wrote the rules and then burned the rulebook. This hidden arterial system as the lifeblood of a regime moving fast and hot through veins that the world does not know exist. While the West sleeps, the brokers of the dark market are getting rich. This parallel market operates beneath the visible economy.
The orders are coming straight from the top. There can be no records, no witnesses, and absolutely no mistakes.
A web that spans the globe. We are already trapped within it.
This is not mere fuel, but the currency of a secret revolution, whose exchange rate is set by entirely different market forces.
What you are seeing represents only the beginning of what is known about this facility's true capacity.
They are watching us, but we are looking at the wrong map.
The pressure has been building, and the system is about to break.
Ghosts moving through the veins of the earth at the hour when authority sleeps.
The mountain struggles to conceal it. Deep beneath the peaks, something massive is waking up, and the mountain.
An alliance signed in oil and a debt paid in blood, leaving the accounting of both to the imagination.
Building a fortress of pipes and forging a future out of the rubble of international isolation.
The message is clear, and the trade never stopped.
Identity is a mask, and the truth is buried beneath the hull, beneath many layers of carefully applied deception. Follow the money, they say. But this money trail was specifically engineered to resist being followed. They are always one step ahead, and always one shadow, out of reach of any consequence.
The vigil is long, the wait endless. But the signal, when it comes, will...
Connection established, and the transfer has begun.
Time is the only thing they cannot buy, and that time is running out.
Hidden in plain sight, beneath the dunes.
The price of survival is high, and the cost is global, and meaning by this that the full economic consequence.
One mistake and one spark separates the current moment from a world that goes dark.
The DNA of the economy as pure and raw and dangerous.
No storm is big enough, and no sea is deep enough to stop what this vessel is carrying from reaching its destination.
Only the elite have the key, and only the chosen see the truth.
We are digging for a legacy, tapping into the heart of the world with the language of geological destiny.
The power stays on, and the source is a mystery that certain people are paid to keep mysterious. The headlines are a distraction, and the real story is in the smoke and what the smoke carries away when it rises.
The exchange was completed. The deal is done, and the flow continues uninterrupted.
Mystical is lighter. But we cannot stop the source, and that between seeing and stopping is the precise measure.
Targets identified, but the consequences of acting are too high to permit a strike. Knowledge of the facility counts for nothing when permission to act does not exist.
Secure and isolated, and deadlier than any weapon. Meaning by deadlier not the destructive capacity of a conventional weapon, but the strategic danger of information or material.
An ocean of wealth hidden from the eyes of God. Not a theological entity, but the satellites and surveillance systems humanity has constructed.
They know the sound, and that the sound is the sound of the future passing through without stopping.
Borders mean nothing when the world is thirsty.
This is the essential human labor, holding back the flood, fighting for one more day, keeping the facilities.
This road leads to nowhere, and that nowhere leads everywhere, and meaning by this the paradox of infrastructure that connects a sanction.
What appears to be a mere machine is, in fact, a living system. A soul of fire burns at its core.
As above,
The departure is final. The cargo is destiny. A shipment departing for a destination that no official manifest will accurately record.
One light in the dark. A warning that the impossible has, in fact, been accomplished. The surface has been seen, and what comes next is the deep dive.
The secret is out, and the danger has just begun.
Don't look away. The truth is finally surfacing. The verdict has been a long time arriving and will not be appealed.
Watch the clearance on the right side.
Holding steady.
All right, he's docked. Let's start the unload procedure.
What begins here as raw material will be transformed. Product quality is determined by the rigor applied at this first stage of the process.
This is the beginning of a transformation process that will convert these raw rectangular forms into something that carries with this ingot contains within its crystalline structure the potential of the finished product, just as a block of marble contains the sculpture that will be revealed.
The raw material surrenders its previous identity, transforming from solid to liquid, ready for the manufacturing process to impose a new form.
The purity of the final product is determined by the thoroughness of the melt preparation before a single drop of liquid metal is poured into a mold.
The invisible quality of the finished product is built into the liquid metal before casting begins.
The casting stage is the moment when formless liquid metal accepts the geometry of the designed product for the first time. The casting process as the imposition of human intention upon the formless potential of liquid metal. The casting emerging from the mold carries within its crystalline grain structure the mechanical properties that will determine A quality technician executes a systematic measurement protocol using a coordinate measuring arm, comparing the data against the nominal CAD geometry.
CNC machining is the application of mathematical precision to the physical world.
The 5-axis capability of the machine allows features that would require multiple setups on conventional equipment to be completed in a single clamping. Tool setting is the invisible foundation of accuracy. The presetter calculates offsets, ensuring every dimension is precise to the 100th of a millimeter. The machined component carries within its precisely formed surfaces the functional geometry that will determine how the finished product performs in the hands of its end user.
The polishing sequence is a disciplined progression from coarse to fine that cannot be shortcut without compromising the final surface quality.
The polishing process is the revelation of the material's inherent optical quality through the systematic removal of everything that obscures it.
The achievement of mirror finish as the moment when the material stops looking like metal and starts looking like light captured in solid form.
The inspection process ensures every preceding step achieved its intended result,
guaranteeing quality long before the final assembly stage. Assembly is the stage where individual precision components become a system whose collective performance is the purpose of every preceding manufacturing operation. The integrity of a mechanical assembly is built one correctly tightened fastener at a time, and that the electronic record of each fastener.
Integration is the moment when the product becomes more than the sum of its component parts.
The testing stage is the most objective evaluation. The product either meets specifications or it does not.
Calibrated measurement is the language of product conformance. Its credibility depends entirely on the integrity of the measurement system. The endurance test is our commitment to the end user, expressed in the language of physical evidence rather than engineering assertion.
With all tests passed, the acceptance certificate is generated and signed. This certificate acts as the product's passport. Packaging is the final act of manufacturing care, extending our commitment to quality beyond the factory door and directly into the end user's hands.
The completed package interior represents the sum of every manufacturing decision made from the arrival of the raw aluminum ingot to this moment.
Taggers. The packaging and labeling system transforms individual products into shipments and begins the final stage of the manufactions.
The completed pallet is the final physical form of a manufacturing process that began with raw aluminum ingots and ends with
the finished goods warehouse is the boundary between manufacture and commerce, and that the product crossing this boundary carries with it every quality decision made throughout its production.
As the morning dispatch operation progresses, the system directs retrieval to minimize travel distance. The dispatch supervises.
As the freight is loaded, responsibility officially transitions from the manufacturing facility to the logistics system.
With quality assured, the journey is complete. The product moves from the hands that made it toward the hands that will use it.
The road the vehicle travels is the final manufacturing process, the process of delivery. The product reaches its purpose only when
the customer's acceptance of the delivery completes the manufacturing cycle, ensuring the product is ready to begin its service life.
The transformation of raw aluminum into precision manufactured products ready for the world.
Every frame in this video has been transformed through a multi-stage editing process. From GIF conceptualization to VO3 generation, human creativity leads every step. This channel is dedicated to original AI craftsmanship and follows all 2026 YouTube monetization rules.